If mortal does some deeds, then he is bound, but if he does not do anything, he is slandered. Inebriated with worldly love, man is caught in anxiety. By the Guru's grace, he who deems weal and woe alike beholds the Lord in all the hearts. In the world, the mortal is engrossed in doubt and does not realize the unknowable Lord. Inexpressible is whose discourse. He whom the Lord grants understanding understands him. The Lord cherishes him like a child. If man abandons mammon, even then he cannot abandon it. If he gathers it, then the fear of losing it haunts his mind. He whose honor the Lord saves in the midst of this mammon is a holy person. Over the head of such a saint fly whisk be saved. He alone is a hero who remains dead in life. He who runs away wanders in existences. Whatever the Lord does, accept that as good and realizing His will, burn thy evil thinking. To whatever task the Lord puts man to do, he engages in that. Creating his creation, the Creator sees his beggars. Thou art the bliss giving perfect Lord of Nanak. If thou so blessest, then only I meditate on thy name. Maru, 5th Guru. Under the tree of the world, all the beings have gathered. Some are hot headed and some speak sweetly. As came sunset, they depart as passes of the appointed period of their life. They who commit sins are assuredly ruined. Azrael, the myrmidon of death, seizes and tortures them to death. They are cast into hell by the Creator, and the righteous judge calls them to account. No brother or sister accompanies them. Leaving behind their property, youth, and wealth, they march off. The man who has not realized the kind and gracious Creator shall be crushed like a basket of the sesame in a press. Thou dost happily snatch others' goods, but God, who is with thee, sees and hears all. Through worldly greed, thou hast fallen into a pit and hast not thought of the thing of future. Thou shalt be repeatedly born and die and be born again. Thou shalt suffer much punishment on thy way to the distant country. The blind man realizes not him who made him, thus shall suffer pain. By forgetting the Lord, man is ruined. The play of the world is bad. The mortal is sometimes sad and sometimes happy. He has not found a saint of faith and contentment and wanders in egoism as it pleases him. O himself, Lord stages the whole play. Some he takes out and some he puts into the waves of the mammon. As God makes men dance, so do they dance. Everyone passes his life according to his past deeds. If God shows his grace, then alone he meditates on the Lord. By company of the saints, one does not fall into hell. The Lord has blessed Nanak with the boon of his nectar name. He ever sings the songs of his praise. Maru Solhas, 1st Guru, the Creator of all is one, the only one. He is realized by true Guru's grace. He, the true Lord, alone is true. There is no other. He who has created the world shall ultimately destroy it. As it pleases thee to keep me, so do I live, my Lord. What denial avails before thee? Thou thyself createst and thyself destroyest. Thou of thyself puttest everyone to task. Thou thyself art the reflector, thyself the benefactor, and thyself puttest one on thy path. Thou thyself art wise and thyself all-seeing. Thyself creating the universe, thou feelest glad. Thou thyself art air, water, fire, and thyself unitest one in thy union. Thou thyself art the moon, the sun, the most perfect of the perfect. Thou thyself art all enlightenment, meditation, and the heroic Guru. The Yama and his noose of death cannot touch him who is attached in the love of thee, O Lord. Thou thyself art the male and thyself the female. Thou thyself art chessboard and thyself the chessman. Thou thyself hast fixed the world arena to play and thyself appraisest the players. Thou thyself art the humming bee, flower, fruit, and the tree. Thou thyself art the water, desert, ocean, and lake. Thou thyself art big fish, tortoise, and cause of causes. Thine form cannot be known. Thou thyself art the day and thyself the night. Thou thyself art pleased with the Guru's word. From the very beginning and the beginning of ages, thou playest the unstruck music. Thine will, O Lord, resounds in every heart. Thou thyself art the unique jewel of invaluable worth. Thou thyself art the assayer and the perfect wearer. O brother, assaying some, he himself pardons them, and himself gives and resumes his bounties. He himself is the bow, and himself the bowman. He himself is omniscient, beauteous, and wise. He alone is the utterer, orator, and the hearer. He himself has made the entire make. The air is the Guru, water we have realized to be Father. The earth that has kept us in her womb is our mother. Night and day are the two female and male nurses. The whole is made to play in their lap. Thou thyself art the fish and thyself the net. Thou thyself art the herd of cows and thyself the keeper. Thy light prevails in all the beings of the world who walk as is thy will, O Lord. Thou thyself art the yogi and thyself the enjoyer. Thou thyself art the reveller and great uniter. Thou thyself art without speech, without form, without fear, and wrapped in trance. All sources of creation and speech are absorbed in thee, O Lord.